let me just go ahead continue fixing the balcony. So right now, yeah, you wouldn't want to see that thing over there because that's poop. But right now I just moved all the succulents in this area. These plants on the table here, I need to repot and fix them and all those stuff over there until I'm done with all of it. And then that area over there, let me just show you. I'm slowly cleaning it up. So I emptied this area and then I'm gonna clean it up and move the plants back in here. I really like to put the plants, the succulents in this area because they get really good sunshine in the morning. And so that's what I'm gonna do. What I plan is to put the mature succulents. One moment. Anyway, so the plan is to put the mature succulents in that part of the balcony over there because they get morning sunshine, and I realized that the colors are really beautiful when they get morning sunshine only. And the plants over here in this area, they get exposed to the sun all day almost, except now that it's except on days when it's foggy. But what I'm saying is the succulents over there in the east part of the balcony receive only morning sunshine and they look beautiful. Also, there's a little bit of shade in there, so they don't really get rained on a lot, and so that area, the plants grow nicely in there. So I'm planning to put the more mature succulents over there, slowly, little by little, so that they can. You're trying to smell my breath. So I'm gonna put the more mature succulents in there. Anyway, let me just continue cleaning up the balcony. I might not show you everything, but I'm gonna clean up that area over there before I put the more mature plants. Good morning. It's a good morning and the plants look pretty outside. Anyway, today I still really cannot enjoy the aesthetics of the balcony because it's still a work in progress and I'm not done with it yet. So today, let me just go ahead and continue and finish doing it because I only have a few days left before we'll be leaving to Zambales. So let me finish fixing the plants in the balcony. I really want to put the plants, they only get morning sunshine there and then not that much at noontime and in the afternoon, but they have really beautiful colors in there. It's because they're also protected from the rain. But for now, I cannot put the succulents over there because they're still under construction. So for now, temporarily, I'm gonna put the other plants, house plants, tropical plants, and on that side of the balcony, just to tidy things up over here because this space is used all the time for hanging laundry and hanging out the dogs, the cats, etc. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Just put all the plants over there. When I'm done, I'm gonna continue repotting and potting the plants, the succulents over here specifically, before I get to water them. Before I water them, and so that they can establish long roots while I'm gone. Okay, let's start. So as you can see, this area is already empty. I emptied it, and now let's put the plants in here. Oh, I think I also need to cut up the leaves on this one. So let me grab my secateurs. So I decided to do it later, the cleaning. Maybe later in the afternoon or maybe after lunch because it's too hot. I can't stand the heat and it's so dry and I'm feeling a little bit dizzy because of the heat. But anyway, look at this. I need to fix that later. And also, I just want to talk about baby Fred Ives. I love baby Fred Ives. But I need to repot this in a better soil later on because it has rotted. Look. But the thing is, I wonder why the roots they don't go deep in the soil. Maybe because it's too gritty or the soil is too hard, clayish, sandy, or whatever. So I need to transfer that in a softer soil so that they can form more roots and become more established. But they're so cute. Finally, some successful propagation, sort of. So the trick is to just leave them alone. Anyway, I just want to talk about Fred Ives. I love it when they're babies because they're very colorful. Speaking of colors, yeah, because you can't see it because it's too hot. So I'll show you these later in the afternoon. You see, it's just too hot and I can't stand it. Not hot, but I can stand the heat, but it's too dry as well. So that's the thing about December and January, like the winter. There's no winter here, but like winter season, it's dry and hot in here. The succulents love it, but my skin hates it. So it's hard to work on the plants right now. But anyway, let's continue doing those things later. Let me just maybe cook lunch first. Good morning. It's 7 a.m. and today I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing, what I should have done yesterday before the sun goes out. So let's do it. I just can't find my gloves. Where did I put it? I'll give you an update later at the end of the day. Pause music. Saglit lang. Okay. It's 3:10 in the afternoon and we're quite I'm not quite done, but let me just show you. See how clean that is now. There you go. So the chaos is quite organized now, a little bit. There are no more stuff in there, really, actually. At least in that part and over there. But this plant, I'm calling it a day for now. I still have this stuff here, so that's what I'm gonna be working on the following days, maybe tomorrow, starting tomorrow, or the day after, or whatever. But let me close the windows already. I mean, it's still early, but I'm closing the windows. All right, so I'm gonna work on these plants on this table here. Tomorrow, I'm also gonna clean up everything that needs to be cleaned up. That involves water and soap. And that plant, I know this is disgusting. Those plates are gonna get washed. Naghalo-halo na ang pagkain dyan at dumi at basura. I know it's disgusting. But that plant needs to be cleaned because it's full of mealybugs and all. And I need to find a better pot for that because that plant is going inside. It's gonna go inside. Today I did a lot of weightlifting, and that means lifting pots. So tomorrow will be cleaning. Also, I did a lot of stuff that involves dry soil. And I think I've inhaled dust, a lot of dust. I did wear my face mask, but it was uncomfortable, so I didn't really wear it the whole time. But anyway, so tomorrow, stuff that involves water, including this plant, maybe I'm gonna wash that plant literally so that the bugs will be removed, hopefully, or I'm gonna wash off the bugs. I don't know how to do that because there's a lot of leaves in that plant, so I don't know. I'm still figuring out. Maybe I'm gonna wash it like with soap and water and stuff. And that pot needs to be replaced because it's already broken and dirty. And that plastic pot is really brittle. But I want to change it to a thinner, maybe thinner and taller pot, something like that. Or maybe not um yung same height maybe, but something thinner and maybe square-ish in shape or rectangular in shape, because that is gonna go inside. I think I'm gonna put it in here, behind this sofa. There is a space in here, but there's this thing here. So that pot is absolutely not gonna fit, but I think a good bamboo looking plant. I don't know what kind of plant that is, but I think it looks like it's with from the family of bamboo or Dracena. I'm not sure. But that plant is gonna go there to add something in this empty wall. But there's already one thing over there that was given to me by my friend, that one. And then I'm gonna need to make this door shinier. Anyway, indoor stuff. And then, but this will be the last one. I'm gonna paint this area soon, but not now. Tomorrow we'll be cleaning stuff like that. And then potting and repotting over there because I still have a lot of succulents that need to be potted and repotted, including that one that I in the last haul that I had. And then these plants might go over there, that area over there, because like I said, I like succulents to go in there because they get good sunshine and they get colored up really nicely over there. But there's not a lot of space, and I removed many of the plants here because this space is used all the time by everyone, my mom, hanging laundry, the pets, pet lounge and stuff. So there's still a lot of things to do, but for now, let me just call it a day. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon and my dog is like pacing back and forth because she wants to go out. So let me just take her out. I'm gonna take my dog out for a while, and we're gonna buy some milk tea, I guess, because we deserve a milk tea right now. I know I'm trying to avoid sugar, but it's well deserved. Okay, I'll see you the next time. By your broken to all your tears, ever cry when I get out.
the thing over there. So beautiful.
Way I am. It's so bright. Gorgeous. Baguio was really cold that day, like teeth shattering cold. It hit 10.6 degrees Celsius, the coldest temperature so far this Amihan season, thanks to the Amihan and its icy personality. And somehow I was wearing a beach skirt and a thin blouse. I didn't bother changing. I told myself the sun would come out and I'd warm up eventually. That was quite optimistic. The funny thing is, while I was freezing, my succulents were absolutely thriving. Cold stress brings out their best colors. Succulents usually prefer temperatures between 16 and 27 degrees Celsius. So anything colder than that pushes them into stress mode or warmer, but in a good way. They can't go full winter dormancy here, but this is about as close as they get because tropical country, right? Basically, my plants were glowing and I was shivering. My hands were shaking all day, no exaggeration. Going out into the garden didn't feel like therapy. It felt like responsibility. I managed to pot maybe 7 or 8 plants before my fingers started protesting. The cats didn't help either. My patience was slowly freezing along with my hands. And then there was my brain running a non-stop checklist of all the other chores I still had to finish. Laundry, cleaning, everything else I hadn't done yet. I was pressuring myself to finish all the succulents in one go even though I wasn't enjoying it anymore. That's when I had to remind myself hobbies are supposed to be fun, not assigned tasks. At the same time, I knew I couldn't ignore the plants for too long. Some of them were already sitting in the shade, waiting to be repotted or fixed. And because I couldn't get to them right away, they were starting to adulate. So I was stuck somewhere between wanting to slow down and knowing I still had to move. The day before, though, was completely different. I cleaned the balcony early that morning, even with the strong winds and the cold. Somehow, I finished a lot. The timing was right. I woke up early, the mood was good, and my motivation clock was fully charged before the cold had a chance to argue back. Proof that when the timing is right, even freezing weather can't stop a determined plant parent. I thought I'd keep going the next day, but nope, not in the mood. Maybe the succulents used up all the cold weather energy because my brain had way too many tabs open. So I called it a day. The next morning, I made a fire early, literally, like from wood. I warmed up and tried again. This time on planned time, not pressure time. And it worked. I finished all the other chores that had been weighing on me: laundry, mopping the floors, cleaning the kitchen counters. Once those were done, my mind finally felt quieter. Now, I'm ready for the final round of potting and repotting before I leave for Zambales. But I still need to pack and reorganize my closet. But once that's done, I can focus on the plants and maybe tackle a few extra tasks while waiting for travel day. I just want to leave my plants organized and cared for to lessen casualties. Because sometimes the best way to get things done is to slow down and work at the right pace. Or maybe it was just too cold and I didn't take a bath. Or maybe it has something to do with momentum, gathering momentum and being in the mood. Yeah, sometimes that's me. Like, if I finally find momentum on something that I have to do, I cannot be stopped. All right. By the way, so that's part 2 of the balcony setup for this year. I'm going to show you the balcony setup for this year before I leave for Zambales. That will be on another video. I will see you then, and thank you for watching. Bye.